This is surveillance video of that January 2025 shooting of a 16-year-old boy in an East New York grocery store. The one prosecutors say was being celebrated in a selfie video recorded by the alleged shooter in the getaway car. Thursday morning, Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez announcing their arrest in a gang takedown of 22 men in 26 separate shootings. 56 guns were seized.
Brooklyn, where we had 22 gang members being arrested in a gang bust. And they say it's one of the largest gang takedowns that have ever happened in Brooklyn. Let me say.
It is considered the largest gang takedown in Brooklyn history. And now 22 suspects are charged with dozens of shootings involving innocent bystanders and are now off the streets. Allie Bauman has this story.
Shootings midday on busy sidewalks and in grocery stores, all allegedly involving Brooklyn's decade-old street gang, Folk Nation.
The largest takedown ever from this office.
Governor Hochul, along with the Brooklyn District Attorney and NYPD, announcing 22 alleged members indicted on murder, attempted murder, and weapons charges, with 56 guns recovered.
These are some of the most dangerous criminals in New York City.
Among the 26 shootings these suspects are accused of, one was at a birthday party in East New York last December. 6 teenagers shot, including 3 girls. The victims, 15 to 17 years old.
Much of the fighting is generational. Young folks don't really know why they're fighting with some of the other gangs they're fighting with.
We first covered this shootout in May of 2024 between Folk Nation and another gang. It starts in a smoke shop and spills out to an East Flatbush sidewalk. The fighting knocking 2 women to the ground. Detectives access this group chat between the alleged gang members from the next day, in which they're sharing our coverage of the shooting and mocking the bystanders' injuries. Folk Nation is one of over 500 gangs and crews currently operating throughout New York City, according to the NYPD.
When we get them off the streets, we'll prevent these continuous cycles of retaliation.
The district attorney.
Now, first thing, is it a raising problem? Is it a community problem? What is causing these young children or young teens and young adults, because a lot of these are young adults, to do these such brazen, horrible acts and then laugh about it in the group chat? The world is truly crazy, y'all. But you heard what he said. They want to get all these people off the street, but we need to keep them off the street. That means we cannot be soft on the punishments. We cannot, to where they think that, oh, it's just going to be a slap on the wrist and I'll be back out to do the same thing I was doing before. No, we need to make them to where they don't want to go back to jail. It seems to me that so many young people and some of these YNs, however you want to say it, are not scared to go to jail anymore, and they don't fear the consequences of their actions. We have to change that.
He says the defendants were arraigned this week on the 176 count indictment and are all being held either without bail or on high bail. From downtown Brooklyn.
All of them should be without bail. Let's get over into this next one and see what else it tells us.
Well, it is being called one of the largest gang busts in the history of Brooklyn. 22 people charged in a string of shootings, including a murder. In one of those shootings, 6 teenagers were injured at a Sweet 16 party. Here's Eyewitness News reporter Darla Miles.
They're singing and rapping and celebrating the shooting. 4 guys in the car, all armed, all celebrating that they think they've just killed a 16-year-old boy in the grocery store.
This is surveillance video of that January 2025 shooting of a 16-year-old boy in an East New York grocery store. The one prosecutors say was being celebrated in a selfie video recorded by the alleged shooter in the getaway car. Thursday morning, Brooklyn District Attorney Eric Gonzalez announcing their arrest in a gang takedown of 22 men in 26 separate shootings. 56 guns were seized.
They don't fear jail. They're over here making TikTok dances. They want, social media has blinded them about what true jail is like. Or maybe jail is not as bad as it needs to be to where people don't care if they go to it. I spent a day in a holding cell. Or what is it? And that was enough for me. I can't imagine being in prison for years. But some of these teens are just going forward, doing whatever they want to do, causing all this violence and chaos, not caring what happens. Either they think they'll get away with it, or they think that, oh, well, jail is just jail. It ain't nothing. I'll be back on the streets afterwards and I can do what I do. Throw the cuffs on them.
These men, 17 of the 22, have actually pulled the trigger. Some of those 17 have pulled the trigger on multiple occasions.
One of those occasions, the horrific mass shooting at a Sweet 16 party in December that injured 6 teens. Surveillance video being released for the first time today, showing the shooters using laser pointers to fire off more than 20 rounds into the crowd.
So they was popping balloons inside the place. So when they heard the sounds, they thought it was the balloons.
Governor Hochul on hand for the milestone announcement.
This is your third major takedown just in a few months. So unbelievable work that's being done here.
The DA's office zeroing in on a small group responsible for 60% of gun violence in the borough.
Somebody got to do this, gang. Me and G-Baby locked up. Somebody got to do this, gang.
See, this is the part that may not be understandable.
Yo, that is a crazy statistic. They said that they locked up people who were responsible for more than half, 60% of the gun violence in that city. Good. They needed to be off the streets.
To ordinary New Yorkers, they want to take credit for these shootings. They want the gang to be represented for having taken action against a rival.
More than 70 alleged gang members have been arrested in these 3 takedowns. Gonzalez says going into the hot summer months, this is going to make a big difference for New Yorkers. In downtown Brooklyn, Darla Miles, Channel.
Wow. Yeah, we got to do something. Yeah, young people are scared or not scared of going to jail anymore. And they're not scared of the consequences. Let's get over into this AI breakdown just to see what else we can find out about this whole situation, y'all. Absolutely tragic. So as we know, on June 25th, New York officials announced a major gang takedown, resulting in 176 count indictment against 22 alleged gang members tied to 26 different shootings across Brooklyn and Manhattan. The suspects ranges in age from 17 to 26 and are identified as members of the Renegade Goons, or OOs, which is a subset of the Folk Nation street gang. They are accused of carrying out violent 3-year turf war between October 2022 and December 2025. The 22 defendants face charges of second-degree murder, attempted murder, multiple counts of conspiracy, and criminal possession of weapon. Law enforcement officials seized 56 firearms during the operation. Out of the 22 indicted individuals, 17 are identified as the actual trigger pullers who fired shots across 10 Brooklyn precincts and 1 Manhattan location. The 26 connected shootings left 23 people victimized, including 1 person killed and multiple innocent bystanders injured. The multi-year investigation focused heavily on 2 high-profile shootings. We had the January 2025 bodega shooting. The suspect shot a 16-year-old boy inside of a East New York grocery store. Brooklyn District Attorney noted that the shooter recorded themselves in a getaway car immediately afterwards, singing and celebrating that they believed that a successful hunt happened. And then we had the mass shooting in December 2025. We went over this. We had 2 shooters open fired outside of the Sweet 16 birthday party in Brooklyn, discharging more than 20 rounds into a crowd. The attack injured 6 teenagers, including 3 young girls. As we know, the sweeping gang bust was publicly detailed by the New York governor. Wow. Parents need to do better raising their children. And if the children, and then another thing, we can't be soft on any type of crime, especially crimes to where it seems like they're just working their way up to do something even bigger and bolder. I don't know how we can fix it, but something needs to be done, y'all. Something. Let me know your thoughts on that situation, y'all. Let me know if you disagree with anything I said. It's absolutely tragic.